soda, OJ, purple stuff, Sun Light.
What Nintendo?
Hey, you got chocolate on my peanut butter.
You got peanut butter on my chocolate. Where's the beat?
Grab a stick of juicy fruit. The taste is gonna move ya.
This is your brain on FFOP radio. Any questions?
You're listening to FFOP Radio.
Reach the Hey everybody, and welcome to the show. My name is Dave. This is FFOP Radio. Welcome to it. Don't listen to those slanderous lies you may have heard in the song right before the show. It's not, whatever, it's FDO. Welcome to the show. My name is Dave, as I mentioned earlier. This is Krista. You can't see her. She's off mic. She's my co-host and producer.
Welcome to the show. That's Dave.
Here we are. Maybe Popeye agrees with. Listen, don't. I don't need a game of numbers going on, right? I don't need dissension building in the ranks like a gathering mutiny before my very eyes. That being said, what I have for you tonight is a laundry list of 90s commercials in pretty huge chunks. So I put the first one, the biggest one up first, rather. So we've got an hour of like raw material. So we may not get through it all, but I've got plenty to go over. Again, we're hyping up the Halloween month. It's coming, and I'm slowly gathering. You would not believe how hard it is to find like 90s specific Halloween commercial compilations.
I mean, there's probably only so many, right? Before they repeat.
Well, that's the thing. Like maybe we're not there yet, or like we haven't reached the zenith of somebody finding a bunch of VHS tapes up in their attic or wherever that has like Halloween commercials on it. But you know, it's still not a huge splash. It's growing. Like that's the thing. Like Halloween is growing, and I hope it doesn't get too commercialized and it becomes annoying.
Yeah.
But whatever. I'm losing the thread there. I'm putting the commercials together for Halloween. Hooray, Halloween! I can't wait. But in the meantime, what I have for you, like I said, some 90s commercials. Let me make them large and in charge here.
Ryan says, "Excuse me, sir. No one speaks for Popeye but me."
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're causing a mutiny without. I don't say shit about Popeye because I know that Ryan is. He'll break your kneecaps, man.
Yeah.
He's from one of those gangster cities.
I'm surprised he didn't call a hit on me when I told him I wasn't a huge fan of the Robin Williams one.
Whatever. All that aside, like let's not bring up Wolengate and all that shit that has to come up when we.
I didn't even bring it up. You did.
It always happens though. But here we go. So like I said, 90s commercials. Buckle up. It's a pretty good mix of daytime commercials, but you know how much I love my Nickelodeons. Let's go.
Hollywood, home to some of the most swank, sophisticated people in the world. That's why we're going Malibu for the Clueless premiere beach party Friday night on MTV. Hosted by Alicia Silverstone, star of Clueless. Featuring live performances from Coolio and Luscious Jackson. And loaded with celebrities, clips, and info guaranteed to make you clueless.
Hello.
Don't go Hollywood.
The info will make you clueless, number one. Number two, holy cow. Yeah, maybe number two should be those drums. So number three then, like, I don't know, man. I lived through the Alicia Silverstone kick. I played along when it suited me, but I didn't see her appeal. Like, when she showed up in that Aerosmith video with Liv Tyler, and my cousin saw that, I just saw the tide turning into an unfavorable direction. I didn't like Alicia Silverstone, like whatever. You have your opinions if you will. I never found, that's what I'm saying, FDO. Liv Tyler, way better looking, but I just saw that coming. And then like she was the Lady Batman and I was like, yo, the whole Clueless thing. She was like a female Dane Cook to me. I was waiting for that wave to move through pop culture because,
Hollywood, go Malibu for the Clueless premiere beach party. Friday night at 8. Sleeves optional.
Sleeves optional.
You know,
I'm
water's
sleeveless in
fun
Seattle.
for creating a thirst. But when it comes to quenching one, that's why there's Gatorade.
Yeah, Gatorade and like the Commodore 64 could really illustrate how hydrated you got while drinking it.
Hey, life is a sport. Drink it up.
Hell yeah, bros!
New York City. ETA 22 minutes. X-rays. Extreme comfort. Excellent optics. Extra durable. X-rays. X-rays sunglasses never slip. Exact fit. Delivery success.
Is he getting pulled over?
Ray-Ban X-rays.
Like, I get what they're going for, but nothing will ever beat, like, the Blue Blockers commercials of old. And that guy shit, like, those are the kind of Blue Blockers, for those not in the know. Like, they were the sunglasses you could buy, like, a Swap Mart or a flea market or whatever. And their commercial, maybe it was local, I don't know. But, like, their commercial was, like, just this guy who walked up to a booth wearing, like, a big straw sombrero and did little freestyling about Blue Blockers.
Seems like a local thing.
I don't know though, but like Blue Blockers doesn't seem like it would be a local, like the local sunglass company. I mean, they must be out there if anyone remembers. But like, I don't know. Maybe like that was before cringe was considered a thing. And I just watched it because I was like, ugh.
Remember
like watching a train wreck.
Remember when Gatorade was in glass bottles?
Hell
Pepperidge
yeah,
Farm,
everything
and
was
I
back in
remember.
the day. That shit was solid.
I don't remember it being in glass bottles.
That was before your time.
America's
I'm
making
barely
friends with the
alive when I see
Rembrandt.
it.
Hi, Julia.
It's happening.
The Rembrandt's new album is LP, featuring I'll Be There For You, the theme from the hit TV series Friends.
I hope we're known for more than just this, they said.
LP, the new album from the Rembrandts, featuring I'll Be There For You on East West CDs and cassettes.
Yeah, like, good for them because, like, yeah, I'm sure they got, hopefully, I imagine they're getting a piece of the royalties every time that song is played, like the MASH or whatever, the Tonight Show. Like, but since that show lasted for decades, like, the relevance of them, I can't imagine, like, I imagine the hype and the happiness of being like, yay, a bunch of money and it's going to be on a TV show. And then, like, coming on year 11 when they're all, like, in their 50s and you go, oh my God. Like, I don't want to be known as these guys anymore.
Too bad. Hey, they made their money. They're not complaining.
You say that, but like, look at Gautier. Like, there's a lot of people whose like shit blew up, and then they realize that like fame wasn't for them, and they're like, "Oh no, I've made a terrible mistake."
Take your roof off and stick it in your trunk.
Hardtop convertibles are confusing. Like, I've never owned a convertible, but like the hardtop especially, because like you go out, you have to leave that shit at home. Number one, like if you don't have a spot to put it.
Ask world long jump champion Mike Powell why he trains like
why
he
he
trains.
runs in the water. What's happening, Tony?
Hey, Robert Altman, who directed MASH, made less money than his son did, who wrote the theme because of the TV show.
Bingo. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like the FDO said it too. They could have signed just be like, hey, give me like a percent of a percent every time that song plays, like in syndication or wherever, you know. That'd be a zillionaires. Like, it's still playing on TBS, probably, right?
Without getting your feet wet. The Delta Cross Trainer by Fila.
Feeling yourself.
Hi from Snapple.
Hi.
Jeff from Washington State writes, I can't find the kind of Snapple I like. I'm 13, so I can't go that far from my home. Okay, Jeff, don't move.
We have a vending machine for Jeff.
Oh man, I remember like that was like a hilarious gimmick of the 90s, like people writing letters and like having their wishes granted by different companies or whatever, and Snapple was one of the most ridiculous. Like, what 13-year-old in their right mind is like writing a letter being like, I'm 13, but I can't get all the Snapple I want. Help!
Here's a vending machine.
You sure you want it right here now?
Fill it yourself.
Like, that's great for the first delivery, but like the thing is, he's 13. Like, not only is there like a finite shelf life on this shit, but like, who's gonna refill it? Like, this is, a Band-Aid on a like a femoral artery that's been nicked by a stray bullet. Like, you're great, but now what?
You get none. You're not me.
Snapple.
Give me that
Made
money.
from the best stuff on earth.
Or wouldn't that be funny if, like, okay, now we'll stock it, but it's your money that has to go in there.
Your $1.25.
Oh my God, what a ripoff!
Hollywood
Do your
Pictures
chores.
presents
Get your
Judge
Snapple.
Dredd.
It's like when Judge Dredd, but it's like those all those shows that essentially fucked all the contestants over, like Pimp My Ride or Dream House or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Huge like tax bills or whatever. Imagine like delivering like, oh, did your dream come true? It's a vending machine. We'll fill it as long as you're drinking it, but it's money. So, like, hello, like this family's gonna go broke in no time.
Right. R.I.P. Cantaloupe Snapple.
Element of the Today
I
Show
never had that
says,
one.
Take that, Batman.
It's been a while
Judge
since I've had
Dredd
it.
is the real thing. I am the law. It's a visual eye-twirling triumph, a loaded action express adventure, and a cascade of special effects.
Like, maybe I'm misremembering this, but I feel like Armand Desante and Sylvester Stallone are supposed to be like clones of each other. They're like both the perfect soldier. They never explain that. That they're supposed to be like genetic, like made by the council to be like the perfect soldiers, and one goes bad and one goes good, like as they always do for the movie's sake. And I was going like, well, why? Maybe I might misremember.
Sylvester Stallone is Judge Dredd. Let me crush him, Paul. Does that come with a fork? Rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
Yeah. Way superior to the new one-ish.
I like Sylvester Stallone. The sentence is death. Banana Snapple.
Gross.
You're traveling
Yeah, I
in
don't
a
know about
camper
that.
with a bunch of strangers for 3 months.
My aunt was one of those Snapple people, so we always had like peach and raspberry tea. That was basically it. Like, she wasn't one of those people who like got all the crazy flavors. Sometimes we'd see like a weird kiwi thing in there, but no one ever told me to stop, so I just drank her dry of Snapples.
3 months. Please follow directions carefully. Road rule number 30. Refrain from
Zippet actually
distracting the
released some
driver
good
while the
albums,
vehicle
and
is in
then that
motion.
show came along, so most people won't acknowledge it.
I mean, still.
Road rule number 5. Time on the road will create a unique opportunity to enjoy meaningful moments as a group.
We're lost. We don't know where we're going, how to get there.
Forget the old rules. Follow the road rules.
The road
Sit
rules.
back and enjoy the ride. Sneak preview Wednesday, July 19th, right after Real World 4.
We missed it.
Fresh picked tea leaves, dried in pure mountain air. Lipton brews 200 leaves to fill just one bottle of Lipton Original.
That's
Pick
a
it
lot
up
of
off the
leaves.
ground. Drink it up.
There's only one original, Lipton Original.
Al's Honda, we kid you not.
Oh,
Look at this
man.
place. You like the water? We've got the gear. Yamaha Wave Runners,
Yamaha.
Sea-Doos, personal watercraft, and ski boats. Four-wheelers for work.
I love local commercials. I think they're always hilarious because it's always like the person who owns the thing, because they're like, a local TV spot is like the low rent HOA version of like, being a U.S. senator, like on a microcosm, is like being on an HOA. And like, if you can't be a Neil Breen or a whoever, like Champagne and Bullets, you can't be one of these like delusional millionaires, and you can't like write your own movie like Michael Scorn. And you're like 10 times out of 10, that's what rolls into like a local ad for a Corvette dealership, or if you're selling boats or whatever. Like, I can't tell you, like, look it up. How many lawyers call themselves the Hammer and like take like glamour shots of themselves in like sleeveless suits? You got a lawyer here in Arizona that's like, he's like, I'm the anti-lawyer. And he's like these big old arms. They're covered in like 2 sleeve tattoos all the way to his knuckles. And they go like, okay, great, but like ease up on that shit. Like, really lean into like maybe your competency as a lawyer instead of the fact that you're like the anti-lawyer and you got tattoos. Like, I'd rather have someone who knew what the fuck they were doing than like, knew a good like ink guy. You know what I mean?
Work. Four-wheelers for play, dirt bikes, everything Al sells is assembled and test run, and we service what we sell. Over 200 helmets in stock.
Wow.
A wide assortment of riding gear, parts, and accessories galore. Here's Al.
If I don't have it, you don't need it.
Al's Honda, come on down, James Street in Bellingham.
If you're looking for love, you can always try the bar scene. Maybe you've tried the personal and found them a little bit too impersonal. There's a fun way to meet other singles and find love, romance, and that special someone of your dreams.
Were the guys in the George Romero style like creep show like lighting? Like, were they at like a double blind date and like it was like the 2 fattest lady twins at the door? Like, what was that all about? This is like makes less sense than like a Lowered Expectations sketch from like Mad TV.
It's the dating network
The Ware
on
Lawyer. He can
InfoVision,
only represent
with
you
frequent
during a full
updates
moon.
and several showtimes daily. It's a fun,
lawyer.
safe, and easy way to meet other singles. Don't waste time weeding through the personals. Tune in to the dating network or
Could you
call
imagine looking through your local
1-800-WHY-DATE.
newspaper for a singles ad?
No, but like, if that was the only option, that's what you would do. Like, there are, before the internet, there were a million different ways. There was like VHS cassette tapes that would have people on it, or audio cassettes. You can call and leave a voicemail, and like, there were even some like when computers were a thing, you could like call and leave a voicemail via your computer for somebody. Like the amount of esoteric ways we put up these false barriers so we don't have to like immediately look at the person we're prospectively going to bang is so crazy. So sweaty.
To unlock your body's potential, we proudly offer Soloflex. 32 old-fashioned iron-pumping exercises, each correct in form and balance, all on a simple machine that fits in the corner of your home.
It uses rubber band
For
technology.
free brochure, call anytime.
Soloflex.
Beavis and Butthead are not role models.
What?
Not even human. They're cartoons. Some of the things they do would cause a person to get hurt, expelled, arrested, possibly deported. To put it another way.
This is so funny. If you're old enough to remember it, it was so much better before that. It's like Beavis and Butthead are like, fucking idiots. They're cartoons. They're made up by someone we hardly even know from Texas. And it was like a funny disclaimer. But like after oh my God. I don't know, man. I feel like the same thing is happening today. Like where the parents of yesteryear, the 90s, were like, Beavis and Butthead made my kid light our house on fire. I feel like now people are like, Coco Melon is making my kid like developmentally disabled. And like maybe and maybe not on both of those, but like isn't it down to like the parent? Right? Like, I keep an eye on what my kid watches because I don't want him, like, going brain dead or, like, lighting the house on fire because, like, Beavis did it. Right. But, like, it was so crazy to me. When, like, that was, like, the day the music died for me. It was, like, because I would go to my cousin's house and watch Beavis and Butt on MTV, and the intro was always a hilarious, like, little, like, hey, remember it's a cartoon. And they made up, like, somebody, this idiot from Texas and all this other stuff. And then, like, then it went to like this serious sounding non-cartoon voice where it's like, remember, you get and like that little thing at the end was possibly deported. Like, You're covering the asses of everyone, even like possible deportees.
Right.
I don't know, man.
Yes.
Yeah, he does watch Bluey.
He likes Bluey.
I'm fine with that because, like,
it's adorable.
It's a quality program by all and large.
Don't try this at home.
It's summer, and America's honor students are ready.
When people get pregnant, they have to be chicks, right?
This summer, MTV's dealing a monster Beavis and Butthead hand, kicking off next week with 6 new episodes.
Saying all the same crap for like years and years.
Oh, yeah.
It all goes down next week with brand new episodes and a new start time of 11:30 p.m.
11? Oh my God.
I see.
So late.
FTO, I'm like running that over my head. Like, I don't know if they are still anymore, but like I've got all the seasons on DVD. But obviously the music videos are stripped out, except for the ones they can get licenses for, which are like 4.
The beauty.
Dress appropriate.
MTV's Beavis and Butthead is brought to you by 1-800-COLLECT.
No, it is. There's like studies.
Coco Melon is the one.
It's
Little
trash.
Baby Bum.
They're both trash. They're all trash. All of that is trash. Like, it's scientifically proven now. Like, psychiatrists and parents alike hate it because it's trash.
The way to save on collect calls. Buy Red Dog Beer. Bold yet
There's worse
smooth.
things
Unusually easy.
Worse. I don't want to talk about Coco Melon anymore, but there are worse things. Like, he's not watching Friday the 13th, but it's it's impacting children's language skills, and I don't know. Like, hello.
To drink.
Yeah.
You are your own dog.
Honestly, Ryan, that's one thing that I was worried about because he watches Peppa Pig sometimes too, and I'm like, this kid's gonna start talking in an accent.
That's fine. I don't care if he talks in an accent. Like, the fact that he'll talk at all is what I would like. But like, whatever. More or less.
And buy new, bigger Stridex medicated pads. It's simple pimple control.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it was a wrench or not, but like the Simpsons did the send up of it, like they always did. Like, when I want to say it wasn't a little shop, a little tree shop for a goddammit. Little Treehouse of Horrors episode, but like the episode where like Maggie hits Homer on the head with the mallet.
Oh,
like that was a send up of like it was obviously pastiching Psycho, but it was like in response. I feel, maybe I'm getting this wrong, but I feel like it was in response to that like
issue.
Yeah.
Hello. Today, Phone Patrol needs your help.
On the night of June 5th, I received an anonymous tip. A local resident was allegedly dialing 0 to make collect calls.
Oh, no.
As I attempted to correct matters, the situation quickly escalated.
Oh, no.
To date, the perpetrator remains at large. If you or anyone you know makes collect calls from home or anywhere, please dial 1-800-COLLECT. You'll be helping to save.
This is like the same character he plays in Wayne's World, where like he went from doing this to like being incredibly jaded, working at the donut shop, and wanting to rip out a dude's heart.
Save hard-earned cash.
Simple pimple control.
This I gotta see.
Super size Stridex pads.
Stridex, guys.
Pads, big and Clearasil pads.
They are
That's
bigger.
VHS
They're
problems.
extra big to clean deep down dirt and oil.
That's really cleaning.
Nothing prescription is stronger than maximum strength Stridex. And try Stridex for sensitive skin with soothing aloe. Stridex is the one thing you need to clean, treat, and help prevent acne. Super-sized Stridex pads. Simple pimple control.
Simple.
I mean, yeah, you had so many options back in the day. Basically, 2 options. You had Oxy and Stridex. Like, this is, this predates Proactive. That multi-level marketing genius idea.
Okay.
I used to use Proactive.
Some of you hounds are getting all turned around dealing with the opposite sex. It's real simple. Be your own dog. And if that ain't good enough.
That's Gerald from Parks and Rec.
She ain't
Jerry.
good enough for you.
Jerry.
How you doing, ladies? Of course, it's easy for me to say.
Noxzema. Sorry.
More beautiful.
That was for girls, I feel, though.
Citizens
That used to burn
living
like
in the
a mother.
grip of fear.
And they all used
a
to, I guess.
justice system littered with criminals. The evil underworld of the city infesting the streets. It's
three
time to
garbage
take
cans.
out
It's
the
not that bad.
trash. In Sega's Adventures of Batman and Robin video game, vile villains are bent on trashing Gotham
Tea tree oil
City.
works better.
Fight through incredible 3D animation as Batman or Robin, or team up against the Joker and other vermin. The Adventures of Batman and Robin.
Oh man, like goddamn, like I haven't seen a video game commercial in a very long time. But the fact that like things are so simple, like I'm playing a lot of Monster Hunter recently because like that's just one of my go-to like stress relievers is like beating giant monsters up with a hammer. But like I can't imagine going back to like playing. I don't know. Sometimes I'll slip back into some of the retro stuff, but it feels so repetitive now. I feel like my attention span is too long for such a short game loop. Like I'm the opposite of a Gen Zer.
A radical experiment.
This growth is amazing.
A military cover-up.
Hunt her down.
And the most monumental threat.
You created a monster, now you want us to kill it.
Of our time.
She could lay 1,000 eggs.
1,000 eggs.
Species. I still haven't seen this, but like when this came out, every dude I went to school with saw it and like could not stop talking about how Natasha Henstridge gets nude in that movie. And I go, oh man, I cannot wait. Like I was just like, oh, I got to get over to my cousin's house. He has cable, or like I'll go, like my grandparents have cable. I'll ask for a sleepover and like just surf the channels and hope and hope and hope. To this day, I haven't seen it.
Maybe we should find it on Netflix or somewhere.
I don't need to see Natasha Henstridge naked anymore. Like, I'm not a horned up 12-year-old. Like, I don't want to watch a terrible movie just for like 30 seconds of, whatever. Like, the internet's full of that. I don't have to sit through any amount of movie.
The critics agree. The sci-fi suspense thriller of the year.
It's like when Wild Things came out and that pool scene happened.
We gotta get to her before she gives birth.
Species. Rated R. Now playing at theaters everywhere.
Must be nice.
Whoa.
It's bold, it's beautiful, it's young, and it's restless. It's the MTV Beach House in Malibu.
What the hell?
Superstars, ultra celebrities, teen idols,
Ultra celebrities.
Look at
Carmen Electra and Dean Cain.
musical giants, big screen talent, and famous people. Every day, all summer long, experience the thrill, the chill,
I wonder if that shit still happens, because, like, they used to have, like, beach parties and stuff, and I remember just, like, ruining. It felt like the Olympics to me. Oh, what's up, Desert Tracks? I don't know why there was so much, so many people like going to beach houses and partying for like spring break or summer. And again, it just felt like the Olympics were just like ruined a week of the programming that I wanted. I just go, oh my God, it's not another beach party. Like, it's going to be like a week at a beach party. And I go, I just want to watch Beavis and Butthead. But like MTV was running off to some fucking Malibu or Hawaii, going to Puerto Rico. Ugh.
The excitement
I wasn't
of the glittering
expecting
MTV
a beach house commercial either with this song.
Malibu.
Isn't this like a Monday Night Football song?
Dearly beloved.
It's like in the same neighborhood.
Oh, but we are gathered here today. This is dull. Doesn't have to be.
And now the starting lineup. That groom from Texas, Billy Clyde Humphrey. And at Bride, a 5'6" debutante from Alabama.
I hope somewhere there's like a super cut of like commercials for products where like all you have to do is like hit them or take a bite or like open them and like everything around you changes. It was typically beer that did it. Like for Coors, like for the Silver Bullet, they would like open that pop top and it would like they'd be covered in snow and that giant train would roll through wherever they were.
Oh.
Like I feel like maybe it was always just beer or booze.
Yeah.
Like no other product was like, here, have a cupcake, and you like bite into it and you're like in like Homer Simpson's Chocolate Germany. Like but every beer commercial was like, this is so boring, and like they would pound it on the table or pop it open or turn the bottle cap and it's like, oh, now we're having fun. And like, it's like in a sitcom, they would snap back to reality and like the camera would zoom out really quick and there'd be like these two dudes like with their hair all fucked up and their cummerbunds off, just like slurring their shit and like in it like Homer at the party where he stares down Maude's dress, like we just like two obnoxious assholes where we go back into their heads and they're like suave and shit and like they're Homer at the party talking about the president.
True story. MTV runs only one show all day long now. It's a prank show called Ridiculousness.
Oh, yeah, that shit. I can't believe it.
Plows are up,
I do.
and they're good. Whoa, Nelly!
That was beautiful, man.
Look at that. Oh, yeah,
It's the summer of stars.
Stanley, you are the nicest guy.
Stanley Ipkiss is about to make a discovery. Let's rock
Carmen Electra, classic.
and unleash the man behind the mask.
They call me Cuba Pete.
Jim Carrey.
You were good.
Man, I was a huge, still am,
It's all coming back.
Jim Carrey fan. Hilarious shit. I don't know how it's aged. I haven't watched like Ace Ventura or The Mask in probably 20 years.
A
But
long time.
back in the day, boy, that shit was funny. And like it was just cartoon slapgaggery. And I'm sure now it's like going to be racist and cancelable, but
Yeah,
it was funny back then, God damn it.
Cameron Diaz.
Stars
not
in
Carmen
July.
Electra.
Oh, yeah.
One of the great
I saw
movies.
Carmen Electra earlier. I heard a poster around this time, so it's easy to get lost in the weeds.
Ryan
From
wants you to wear the
TCI
mask.
Choice Theaters.
The mask.
I don't have the mask.
Well,
I'm sure NECA makes a version.
I'm Kurt Loder with an MTV News Brief. Hole, currently on the Lollapalooza tour, will have a sort of new 6-song EP out in September on its old label, Caroline Records, which has held up the record for 2 years or so.
Turns out nobody cares.
Titled Ask For It, the EP's
he
cover
wants you
will
with
feature
the
a photo.
powers with the mask.
Oh,
You want the whole thing.
Oh yeah, God willing, if I were chosen, I'm no Jamie Kennedy, but I'd like to be somewhere between Ace Ventura and Jamie Kennedy.
A photo of a young person's wrists with the scars of an attempted suicide.
I couldn't make the mask anymore. All my 3D printers are gonzo, so that's a long gone
Inside will be
proposition.
some live BBC tracks and covers the Velvet Underground's Pale Blue Eyes and Pacific Northwest punk forefathers, the Wipers,
I don't know
Over
if
the
this
Edge.
is 94
Hole and
or
Lollapalooza
not.
play Kansas City, Missouri on
But
Monday.
yeah, I would say she moved on pretty quickly, considering.
Here on MTV.
VJs, they called them back in the day, you guys.
The load in that quarterback's pants is brought to you by Greg Lloyd and his
What?
Brutus Love, who remind you that players are made in the preseason.
Continent Football, sponsored by Reebok.
I'm not really sure what I want to be when I grow up. But I do know that I want to be something and I want to be somebody. The one thing that could mess all that up was having sex before I married. With all that's going around, like AIDS and kids getting pregnant.
What?
I could end up off the track before I even get on it. And I've got to give myself every chance I can.
That's right. It's worth waiting for. I'm going to put all, close all my Yahoo accounts, stop talking to all those 43-year-olds waiting to meet me in Flagler Beach, and I'm going to focus on my ballerina-ing. I'm not going to go after a guy, even though he says he has a cute body and he's built good.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? I'm never a waste of loader.
So what is power? Power is the ability to think for yourself. Being able to learn from your own mistakes. Thinking with your heart as well as your head. To control your own life. To live your life the way you want to, not be tied
He's
down.
like super aggressive. Like they're cutting off a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom. All their like in your face talking hit segments. Like it makes everything just a little more like intense, but like not in an appealing way.
Yeah, power is challenging the conventional
Everybody
wisdom,
got
making
AIDS.
people see things in a different way, shaking things up. Power is making things happen.
That's great Macintosh. Oh, we got the same hair.
It was just a dream. They're real. Then we'll execute them.
With Oxy-10. Oxy's
that's
medicine penetrates pores to kill 97% of your acne bacteria in 24 hours. So in days,
They're fading fast.
guaranteed.
Like, how far in advance are you worried about this? Like, you wake up, like, you're going on a date Friday, and it's the previous Sunday, and you're like, zits?
I mean, I'd be worried.
You look great.
Thanks, I had a pimple the other day.
You created a monster, now you want us to kill it.
Be seduced.
You're gonna lay 1,000 eggs.
Warned. Oh, God.
Species rated R.
Kill
Now
Dr.
play.
Octopus. Oh yeah, thanks. If you like us, give us a thumbs up. Listen to your favorite
Put a
pitch.
1 in the chat.
Type of 1 in the chat.
Judging by the species chair,
This
this is
two-man huddle is brought to you by Emmett Smith and his Brutus
some
Mid,
sauce on the floor.
Good.
who remind you that players are made in the preseason.
Listen to M. Emmett Walsh. The Bigfoot's a monster.
Imagine someone is monitoring your life.
Our whole lives are on the computer. I knew everything.
Someone knows all your secrets. Someone can wipe out every trace of your identity.
I mean, this is before like today. Like this is when computers were so new. Like imagine someone like when it was still like 99% like physical copies of paper and shit. Like it's like whatever 1996, and it's like, oh no, someone hit delete on my life. Imagine like, yeah, I think it's the net, but I like but just imagine like all the paper copies of your like your grades and like your birth certificate and shit, and like some idiot going like delete
your
They screwed with my information and my fingerprints.
Just give us the disc and we'll give you your life back.
I don't understand. Why me?
This summer, Sandra Bullock is caught in the net. Rated PG-13.
I mean, way before technology could even do this sort of shit, she was having it happen to her.
Theaters July 28th.
Computers will kill us all. Watch out.
Today, bad breath is polluting our air.
We had years before we had to worry about that. We were still busy worrying about getting our whole lives getting deleted, like that old guy in that meme where he deletes his whole computer. Like people thought that was real.
Now's the time for Big Minty Certs, the only mint with rats and depression breath. Freshen your breath, save the air, have a
Excerpt
Certs.
from Plumbers Don't Wear Ties.
It's a major breakthrough in auto protectant technology. Formula 2001 Super Protectant. It provides a more brilliant, longer-lasting shine than Armor All on vinyl and leather. And look, in the Arizona desert, Formula 2001
Finally, someone speaking my language.
brought back the shine to UV faded vinyl. Rubber. Even
does sound a little bit like Don Pardo. Some musical guest, Armor All.
leather. Get the new standard in automotive protectant technology. Formula 2001, with 50% more active shining ingredients than Armor All. Get Formula 2001 products today.
Do you know that most senior picture deadlines are in August? Don't be left out of your yearbook. Gannett Studio, which has been around for 30 years of solid family ownership, is sending out your ticket to great senior pictures. Check it out, and don't get caught off guard like seniors of the past.
Does this feel so archaic now? Like when I was a kid and school pictures were like that thing you just did every year because, you know, not everybody had a camera on them 24/7. And even if you did, like the fact that you were like just a regular consumer meant that at best you had a point and shoot with a pinhole lens like a 35mm, and you go, oh, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But now that like, you know, the camera in your phone has like computational photography behind it, you know, and you're not like me where you own like a professional rig. I mean, you could probably pull something that looks okay. But still, to this day, like for my kid to get his photo taken, they go, well, you want one digital file? $40. Or I can spray and pray at my kid for fucking free.
Yeah, and so, I mean, like, I don't know how it was back when we were younger, but like when we were getting picture day stuff, but like they send you a whole thing and he's got like, I don't know, 6 different pictures, 3 of them blown up from the original. And then you can pick from like 20 different backgrounds.
Well, because now they just key out like that's the like the amount of options you get are beyond reproach. The problem is it's a digital age, and like back in the day, you know, you got the wallets and the 8x10s because you needed some for grandparents and blah 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 blah. But now that it's a digital thing, like whatever, I take way better pictures than those scum fucks anyway. Like my uncle, like that's the type of photography that you get outside of like an aquarium or like walking into the zoo and like, hey, can we get you in front of the green screen while I'll make you hold penguins later?
My Uncle John back in Connecticut is, I don't know, 85 now. That was his job from like for 40 something years. He was a school picture photographer with the big, huge old camera all the way to now.
Right. And that's the thing. Like,
it's still a thing. Like Ryan said, Gannett Studios still exists.
I'm saying like that there's never not going to be
They got prom
professional
photos
things
and,
for this sort of thing. But like it takes zero skill. Like this is the type of shit where like you can just go apply with no whatever background in photography, and they go, here are the settings, have them sit this far away, you need a light here and here, like you set your aperture at this, your shutter speed at this, and just click 3 times. It's nothing.
Here's with instant proofs and flexible shooting times. Check out our mailer or give us a call for your great senior picture.
Just jump.
And I remember like being like huge family photos was annoying too. Like there's a photo of my family where it's like 9 or 12 of us. I don't know, it's 3 people in a row, and I forget how many rows. But like, I remember that just being a fucking miserable day because like trying to get 2 people to do things together is a clusterfuck. Trying to get like 12, a dozen people together to just like shoot some photos in a bunch of new itchy clothes. Like, holy shit, what do we do to ourselves? What do we do to ourselves?
Elizabeth Bentley lives in the euphoric world of her dreams, but she demands
Butt
more.
Factory.
With MTV, she thinks she can intensify those dreams. Soon, she enters...
I mean, look into it. Look into it. If you think that's the way to go. I mean, I wouldn't bark up that tree because it does feel like you need to be like between the ages of 16 and 20 to be considered. Because like you look at those people, especially whatever, like in this category when you're walking into the zoo and they're like got the little Canon prosumer like ASP whatever like 12 megapixel, and they go, okay, say cheese, and some other teenagers like point and clicking, putting penguins in your hand.
She enters a world of sensuous, pleasurable, watery sensations. What to us appears unreal becomes for Elizabeth an intense reality.
Yeah.
But sooner or later, she must return to the world of normality. Different people react in different ways to MTV.
Okay.
Disney's a great place to visit, but if you can't make the long trip this year, drop in on some big thrills right now at Six Flags.
It's closer.
They passed Disney World. That should have been
right.
Oh, hey, P.S. You can go to Six Flags instead. Fuck Disneyland. We don't care about that.
With more heart-pounding thrill rides than any other theme park company. Explosive water adventures, incredible twisting rides, so many rides it'll boggle your mind. All at theme parks bigger than Disneyland. And wherever you are, there's a Six Flags close by. So if you can't make it to Disney, drop in to Six Flags theme parks. So big, so fast, so close.
Yeah, I don't want to be like a corporate shill and be like, what are you, Coke or Pepsi motherfuckers when RC is the right choice. But like, I always preferred Six Flags over Disneyland for a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm like a roller coaster guy, and just Disneyland doesn't have a lot of thrill rides. But it always felt a little less, I don't know, like when you go to Disneyland, you're especially now, you're surrounded by like a very young set and now like a very middle-aged set. And like I don't want to, I don't know, I'm just like now working backwards with the benefit of like hindsight, but I'm glad there aren't like Six Flags adults. Like the Disney adults are weird enough. I don't need like
all kinds of people.
I like that the commercial wasn't saying how much better they are. Just if you can't make it to Disney, come here instead. If you want, I guess.
And their parks were bigger, and they were bigger. Let's not downplay that.
Pink Floyd's latest.
What do you want from me? Yeah, I think like 6 of those things.
Just $11.99.
One for each flag.
And for the same low price, Weezer.
I miss record, compilations.
Yeah.
The tower difference is selection.
I used to collect all the Now CDs. They're probably on Now 87.
I mean, even in situ, like it was a stupid like buying. But we didn't have any other choice. You had to buy a disc that had the music that you were hoping for on it, and like I don't know, man, like having somebody else's playlist, because like you're never gonna get what you want fully out of somebody else's playlist. So like you just had to like learn to love the shit that you were being sold for $19.95 for 2 CDs or 2 cassettes or whatever.
I would just like memorize the ones that I liked and then just I could just skip them. The songs that I thought were boring or too slow or whatever. But
yeah, that like the burnable CD made every CD like a classic, greatest hits or whatever you wanted. But then again, it was like so specialized, all your friends typically hated it.
Inside every one of us is an athlete with a thirst for the game going on around us. It's life.
Like the Olympics in Africa.
And if you play hard at it, you get thirsty. That's why we make Gatorade. Hey, life is a sport. Drink it up.
We're gonna have a pumping workout today. Let's get to
Yeah.
our chair and go. And back and up.
Imagine an exercise this easy to do that actually does you some
And
good.
feel the burns.
Exercise
And
for the
back
90s, guys.
and up.
That's why we're here.
And back and up.
Introducing the SoloFlex Rocket. It gives you both an aerobic workout and builds muscle for permanent fat loss. And you can own it for less than you'd.
And it's focused on everybody's favorite day, leg day.
Leg day.
Jesus
Imagine.
Christ.
Call them
Read the room of the gym, Solo Flex.
now for a free
My
brochure and
legs are the
video.
strongest part of my body.
Typically.
I want to know about relationships, making them last.
Perhaps some
You don't
other
know about
time.
that?
I want to know more about the best way to keep fit.
Oh, that's another
Have you guys heard about the internet?
commercial.
I want to know more about Rogaine.
Rogaine with minoxidil?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
That's this commercial. Are you losing your hair?
So, hey, guess what? This is not a commercial about staying fit or whatever the first fucking thing
Dating.
was. We learn how to date. Fuck you. Try to keep fit. Don't give a shit. This is about Rogaine.
For
Like the
ladies?
it's the same medicine that Homer used, Demoxidil, to keep his brain from freezing. So insurance scam,
Okay,
guys.
just call this number now for a free information kit on Rogaine topical solution.
But don't ask about dating or fitness, because we'll fucking tell you to pound sand.
could help answer your questions
What?
because it's filled with all kinds of facts about Rogaine. And because you need a prescription for Rogaine, we'll send you a list of local doctors and special money-saving offers to help you find out
It's like the weed card doctors, sort of.
if Rogaine's right for
Get you some coupons.
I want to know right now.
We'll mail it to
No.
you today.
It's my hair loss, and I want it now.
So what are you waiting
Rogaine.
for? Call now for your free
You don't look
information
like you
kit.
have hair
Show
loss,
me, yeah,
ma'am.
show me some hairless ladies, or at least light-haired
Call
ladies.
1-800-386-3434.
Like all the hair club for men did the before and after, where like they would make them jump in a pool and be like, "Oh yeah, I can even swim with it."
I named it Camelot.
The critics agree. Escape to the movie romance of the summer. First Night is a magnificent epic, blazing with passion. Rarely is on-screen love this magical and
Richard
smoldering.
Gere.
Sean Connery, Richard Gere, Julia Ormond.
Camelot lives on in our hearts.
This is the stuff dreams are made of.
Oh God.
First Night, rated PG-13, at theaters now.
Welcome to the theater of the eye.
I have some bad hair loss and I need hair now. Call JG Hairball 877 hair now. Richard Gere was walking by on the set the entire shooting schedule.
How dare you aim for that low-hanging fruit, FTO?
500,000 polygons a second.
What?
16 million colors.
Is this a Sega Saturn? It's terrible, so it must be.
Sega.
Please buy it. We know the PlayStation is coming, or it's out already. Please help!
What's the reaction to new Donkey Kong Land? With 4 wild new words, 30 savage new levels, cool computer-modeled graphics, and more head-banging bad guys. It's all.
Man, I love 90s like video game commercials were so insane because like they they all like cut from the same cloth. Like it's another episode of House or another episode of SVU. It's just like the kids are playing the video game on like a big old CRT wood panel TV, and at most they'll just show like rapid clips of the game, but like the room will be decorated in the theme of the thing.
Yeah.
So like Mario Kart or any Mario game or like this Donkey Kong, like what's like, oh my God, like we're all playing around plants. Isn't that crazy? Like we're having so much fun. And it's just a Game Boy game.
It's all the excitement of Donkey Kong Country. Now on Game
Yoshi
Boy.
Island with the dude continuously eating food.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was horrifying.
This game is so hairy, you're gonna get shot.
It's like right out of 7. This is another thing I love about the 90s. Is like you could go the first third of the commercial not knowing what the fuck is going on or what product is being sold because they were building to something, you know?
It's going to be Rogaine
like,
again.
Building tension, or they were pulling a 1-2 punch like the Rogaine, or like Energizer was like a fucking assassin at that shit. Where like it would be a quasi Tang commercial or one for whatever, and you're like, what? I never heard of this product before, and then the Energizer Bunny just blows through. You know, we took our time in the 90s, you guys.
We don't have time to take our time.
Wasn't all this 877 cash now back then. It's a bumper.
The production department at TCI. We know we're being watched.
No, I never would have guessed that in a million years.
Nope.
You got it wrong too, FDL. That's fucking crazy though, right? Hell yeah, binary crime. Our officers don't accept tips. It's company policy.
Crime Line, brought to you in part by Blythe Plumbing and Heating, featuring Payne high-efficiency gas furnaces and air conditioners, versatility, dependability, and quiet operation. From Blythe Plumbing and Heating.
Wow. News.
I'm Kurt Loder with an MTV News Brief. Last Monday, Public Enemy's Flavor Flav was released from New York City's Rikers Island Detention Center after serving less than 1 month of a 3-month sentence for weapons possession. In 1993, Flav was arrested for shooting a gun during an argument with a neighbor at his Bronx apartment complex. That's the news for now. Stay tuned for more throughout the day here on MTV.
It's just interstitials. They don't have time for like real stories.
Here's your hot take.
Which is hotter, the CD or details?
He's not gonna palm her face out of his face and be like, "Oh, sorry, baby, the Beastie Boys are on. It's on CD."
The CD
I can always get a
or
boner.
details? The CD or details?
Is this just a
You can
commercial
decide for yourself,
CDs?
as
Or
the
details?
magazine is just $1 an issue, and the CD is free if you call now.
Oh, hell yeah. Good news, guys. If you buy a subscription of Details, we'll throw in a 13 cents worth of plastic.
With artists like the Beastie Boys, Pulp, Erasure, 15 hits that leave you spinning. A full year of provocative stories that keep you ahead of the curve. Bulletins from the front lines of sex, style, sports, clubs, fashion.
Sex?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever, you know. I'm sure there are enough developments in sex to keep Cosmo on the shelves, but like, are we really breaking that many boundaries in sex, like, still to this day? Like, as long as genitals have existed, I feel like by now we've probably gone through all of the things that are possible, and now we're into like the ultra gross shit. Like, where are we on the cutting edge of sex? Like, where is the knife's edge of sexual technology? Like, are there you know, developments daily, monthly? Where are we with that shit? Or is it still just basic pumping?
Fashion and entertainment, outrageous celebrity interviews, and the best of what's happening in music. Which is hotter, the free CD or Details for just $1 an issue? Hey, life's full of tough decisions, except the one you're making now. By calling 1-800-638-6300.
Wear a condom, right, guys? It's the 90s. AIDS is everywhere.
50% of the time, you get it. Right? From that video that Red Letter Media watched?
Yeah. Well, no, you get not AIDS 50% of the time, but 50%
Pregnant.
of the time you're either going to get pregnant or gonorrhea or something. I always got gonorrhea
Traveling with a
100%
camper
of
with
the
a
time.
bunch of strangers for 3 months. Please follow directions carefully.
Road rule number 21. Be sure to pack a first aid kit.
But when you tell me to tell her to change her ways or you're going to smack her,
What?
okay?
Road rule number 22. Stop frequently to stretch your legs. Forget the old rules.
As I'm watching this, I'm like trying to put into words in my head why this commercial is like so 90s, and it's like what eventually became the super corporate version, because like, you know, the counterculture comes up with something and corporations get a hold of it and fucking ruin it. But it's like controlled chaos. It's like a Jason Statham fight scene. Like the camera's going all over the place and, you know, whoa, but it's not to such a degree that it's like jarring and like you can't read the thing that you're looking at, and it's not off-putting, but like it just feels like this was blown out to the nth degree, where like it was like constantly pitching by the end of the 90s, and it was just like insane.
Yeah.
Like it went from like I said, a controlled chaos where it was like, you know, there's an earthquake and we're in LA, but the show's got to go on. It's totally tubular, dude, like sort of thing, to be like, you know, like the camera was just on a lever and the guy was like, extreme, you know?
Follow the road rules. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Sneak preview Wednesday, July 19th, right after Real World 4.
Celebrate, celebrate, dance to the music.
Their style is unmistakable.
Or, yeah, like Statham and Snatch. Or let me lay this on you. I would liken it to the early 2000s, 2010, like that home movies or Dr. Katz style, like squiggly animation. Like when we got sick of it happening IRL, like it sort of transmuted and transmogrified into like the wiggly cartoons of the day. Because it just sort of leads into one another. Because like we got sick of like the whoa and all the wiggliness, but then like you're watching Dr. Katz with the camera still, but all the characters are going nuts. I mean, you know, crackpot theory possibly, but it feels real to me.
Their chemistry is magical and mysterious.
The ink is black, the page is white. Together
Introducing the greatest hits of Three Dog Night.
Just an old-fashioned love song.
30 spectacular hits on 2 cassettes or 2 CDs.
Eli's coming hard, your heart, girl. Eli's coming hard, your heart, girl.
It feels like such a bummer now, because like when I was alive watching this commercial live, commercials like this live, I go, man, oldies, right? Stuff from the 60s. And now here we are in the 2020s, and like the shit from the 90s could, like, I don't listen to like terrestrial radio, but if I were to just like, if I got a wild hair on my ass, like just scroll through the FM stations, I'm sure I could find some station out there that's like, hey, the golden oldies from the 90s. It's got to be happening, right?
One is the loneliest number that you
Their songs are legendary.
Well, I never
One of the dudes in TDN had a story where their dongs got swollen and eventually burst it open.
That's insane. 3 dong nights.
And the hits just keep coming. 3 Dog Night. 30 great hits on 2 cassettes or 2 CDs.
And then like 10 years later, like there's just nothing, like you walk into a Barnes & Noble or whatever record store existed at the time, FYE, they still exist, but like Suncoast or whatever. And they're like the Millennium versions of all these, like you can get 38 special. Like nobody would even entertain the idea of having a TV commercial for like the greatest hits of a band.
Right.
Like the landscape of pop culture has changed so much. The idea of just like having a single band be like, hey, it's even, you know, 30 years after the expiry date, it's like, hey, here we are, 3 Dog Night. It's the 90s. You know, we're now living in that nostalgia. Like if TV were still in the state it was when like the adults buying Three Dog Night CDs still existed, like I'm sure I could pop on the TV and see like a 3-disc set of like Smash Mouth, and I would go, "Oh, honey, you remember the Smash Mouth songs? They were all stars, right?" And and like then I would like take a slurp of my minestrone soup and go to bed by 6:30.
Here's how to order. Have your credit card ready and call toll-free 1-800-421-8868. Call from the U.S. or Canada. That's 1-800-421-8868. Or send $16.98 for 2 cassettes or $19.98 for 2 CDs plus $4.50 shipping to Three Dog Night. PO Box 7373, Department D, Libertyville,
Someone see
Illinois.
if this is still active.
Get them cassettes, because like, you know, I got them in my car.
60048.
Yeah, we got a couple left.
I'm gonna dust them off.
Have you driven a Jerry Chambers Chevrolet lately? If not, you owe it to yourself to come on in and see the exciting new lineup of Chevrolet cars, trucks, and vans.
The end. Look at this car.
It started as an experiment that got out of...
That's another thing that you'll see in like local commercials is like if the person wanting to do the commercial isn't like an egotistical maniac like a Neil Breen, it's like this guy who desperately needs direction but never gets it, so he's just like pounding his fist up and down. He's like, "Come on in, I got a Camaro," and then they cut to him by a Suburban or whatever. And he's just like, "Oh no, I got a Camaro!" Like no one behind the camera was like, "Hey, dude, maybe like ease off with the jack-off motions."
out of control.
Alex is sweating like a racehorse.
Now he's
He's
saying
having a baby, you guys.
what? Feeling things he's never felt and doing something inconsistent.
Your mom has a cassette briefcase? Like, to this day, you're saying has? I need photo evidence. That shit's tight.
I really am pregnant.
Oh, damn it. I've actually got, like, I don't want to grab it because there's a bunch of, like, jack-o'-lanterns and shit on it. But, like, you know, like a plastic but wood grain veneer, like, cassette deck shelf.
Oh, yeah.
I love that shit.
Guys do not have babies. That's part of the beauty of being a guy.
Arnold
You got no
Schwarzenegger,
uterus.
Danny DeVito, Emma Thompson, Jr.,
Is this your first?
and Ivan Reitman film.
There's another like comedy killer duo team, Schwarzenegger and DeVito. They did this and Twins and
Yes, everybody's playing new stinking.
it was like the Schneider Stallone combo.
There from Bart's
we were
Root Beer, the
just
3D
talking
game that
about
stinks
that.
when you scratch it and turns 3D when you stare at it. Free inside specially marked 12 packs of Bart's Root Beer.
Bart's
The
has
one with bite. Scratch and sniff some musty old bones and you might see a
I hated those. I never, to this day, I've never been able to see anything 3D. At its height, it was annoying. Everyone in my family, we had book after book of like essentially the Where's Waldo. Like, I can't believe we were in such a place in society where people were spending money for like a 12-page book of just like this shit where you would just stare at it and then you'd see like a unicorn and then you would go, "Oh," and turn the page. Holy
Wash
shit.
your hands.
a 3D skull.
Yeah, I could never see.
Stare at a 3D cow and
them.
smell the freshly cut hay.
Interesting story, though. Look up the Barks lineage and the Barks brothers, because, like, technically root beer shouldn't have caffeine, and it's not necessarily a soda.
Keep staring because you could win $10,000.
Dude, this is...
So pick up Barks today and play Stink and Stare. It'll change the way you look at root beer.
Stink and stare.
Slurpee. So good. It hurts.
This
Legally distinct.
is you.
Allegedly.
This is the commercial you see.
Oh, God.
This is the number you call. This is the box that comes.
Here's how much you hate leg day.
This is the machine you get. This is the number you call. These are the exercises you do. This is how long it takes. This is how often you do it. This is the number you call. This is how you'll feel when you're done. The SoloFlex muscle machine.
Doubtful.
Call now.
They should have like a cut to like a bunch of like shirts and pants on. Like, this is how you're gonna use it.
now for a free brochure and video.
I'm pretty sure we had
bras all over it.
Yeah, we had the.
This is the number.
I want to say the Bowflex, and it was in our basement, and it was just used for storage. I never saw my dad use it, like ever.
Basketball fans, you felt the power of the NBA's big boys. Now Sports Illustrated gives the little guys
the little boys like Muggsy Bogues.
New video, NBA Below the Rim. It's the low down on Spud, Muggsy, and other NBA Mighty Mites.
Spud. God damn, like Muggsy Bogues. There are very few like basketball players that I was aware of outside of like the classic like showstopper Phoenix Suns eras of the 90s. And like it was like Shaq, Dikembe Mutombo, like all the gimmicky, like the super tall or the super short. And like I think I had a trading card with like Shaquille O'Neal and Muggsy Bogues in the same shot. It was like, whoa. It's like that perfect there's a fossil out there that they collected in Mongolia where it's like a Protoceratops was fighting off a Velociraptor and it's got its claw in his mouth and they were just crazily covered in sand. And so we have like this death grip in situ, like a 1 in a million shot, like a Muggsy Bogues and a Shaq. Breathtaking.
People see me as 5'3".
Jameson
I just
has
see
a
myself as
Bowflex
a
Max Trainer. It's just for cardio workout.
If you're not flexing, you're not Bowflexing. You know what I mean? Cardio is bullshit.
person.
Put in some reps with the weight.
Plus, you get the winning shot. Oh, what a shot! With this officially licensed NBA team hoop set.
It is good!
Call now and get this fat.
Hang it on your gold-plated frames, people.
Fabulous NBA hoop set and great video, both free with your paid subscription to SI. Choose any of the 29 NBA team balls to go with your rim and net. It's your.
Look at how fucking those are like fucking Chuck E. Cheese prizes.
Yeah,
like that's like less than Nerf quality. Like, look how flimsy that shit is. It's like, yeah, we'll also give you like a pleather plushy ball of the team of your choice and a Muggsy Bogues VHS cassette tape. Jesus Christ.
FGO says, my mom got a walking machine. She used it maybe twice when she first got it. It sat in my parents' bedroom for years. My dad eventually started hanging clothes and storing stuff near it. She complained she never really used it because he put stuff on it.
It's a never-ending Ouroboros. But like I remember one piece of like exercise equipment that was always being used. It was always by me, like at my grandmother's house. Like in the same room as the TV, that big oak, like 900-pound piece of woodworking they shoved the TV into. Like my grandmother had one of those exercise bikes that the handlebars,
the elliptical
back
thing?
and forth. No, like not an elliptical, but like it was a bike that had the pedals. But like as you turn the pedals, the handlebars move back and forth.
Yeah.
And like, I must have put 9,000 hours in on that shit. I saw my grandmother do it. It was just in the middle of the living room. And since it never got clothes hung on it, everybody who walked into the living room and spent over 20 minutes spent 10 of those minutes on that bike.
Yeah.
Like, I would watch Angry Beavers or Ren and Stimpy or whatever, Doug, just like pumping my fucking little legs off because it was always there.
It's your call. Pick a ball. Free
like
from Sports Illustrated. When you order 54 issues for only
I use
$1.
it at my desk. Well, I can do it while I'm sitting or standing.
In a place where it's going to be like an oddity and like where you're going to be spending time anyway, so it's like a layup.
Yeah, I can
so,
sit through a meeting and sit back and do it or stand
just,
up.
Like, watch cartoons and just like, I don't know, it was weird because it was one of those classic 80s exercise bikes. So like it was I don't know why we thought this was a good idea or who thought this was a good idea. But like instead of a front wheel, there was like a fan blade, and so it would like also blow air. And like maybe that was another gimmick that kept my ass on that thing. I don't know.
$1.47 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. Use your credit card. Call now to get this.
Nobody needs a fucking Hawaii. It shakes your ass for you.
Great video, plus this collector's NBA hoop set with the team ball of your choice, free. There's nothing like a good hoop. And there's
you guys believe they're able to throw in something that valuable for free?
Nothing in the world like Sports Illustrated.
2 Chuck E. Cheese prizes worth over 50 tickets apiece?
Get into it.
Nah, Supersonics are gone forever.
Another brother died young from a gunshot to the face, killed as we feel the pain. His soul's erased, a place in time where drugs and crime dominate. It tears the heart apart when a brother's fate is decided by another of color that makes us less.
Is this a Spike Lee joint?
Regrets and respects are paid as he's laid to rest, but I won't rest because I'm tired of what's going on. Communities.
I still can't believe you guys found One in the Wild and Scrooge McGrinch one.
Seriously.
No, I don't
it
want
wouldn't
a
have fit in the
fucking
car.
Hawaii chair. No, stop. Like, this is, no, nobody wants a fucking Hawaii chair. Like, all the people who bought those fucking fat jiggling machines in the 50s and all the shit that doesn't do anything regrets it. I wasn't about to bring home, like, God knows how many farts and or charts had passed through that thing. It was like, oh yeah, throw it in the back of my car for $15. Nothing about Hawaii about it.
Because another brother's gone, prevented, I believe it could have been. We all conceive it should have been. The violence has got to end. How long will it take? How long will we
Just
have
sit
to
on
wait?
the washing machine during spin cycle.
Oh, I thought this was a Got Milk commercial. Yeah, right. Do that.
I don't know. My ass would break the glass on
wild
there.
one in Beverly Hills.
He gave me a C minus.
Either you lead,
The strawberry Dr. Sue?
follow,
You look good, as will you.
or get out of her way.
Oh, should I write them a note?
Alicia Silverstone,
Did I miss something? His quick hair back? Whatever.
Clueless,
What is that?
A dress.
Says who?
Calvin Klein.
rated PG.
That guy was the dad in Night at the Roxbury too. Like, you guys have seen Night at the Roxbury, obviously, but like when Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan like are working at their dad's like fake flower shop in, whatever, Hollywood. And, oh, is this how you load trucks? One of my favorite characters.
PG-13 starts Wednesday, July 19th at theaters everywhere.
Don't do that, Ryan. Don't throw ages out like that. That's not good for anybody.
Party time. It's baby time.
Do you guys remember? Shut up! You guys remember those fake Juki soft drink commercials that Sprite was like? That wasn't probably the 90s. It's probably the early 2000s. But like Sprite did that subterfuge sort of thing where it was like Juki, and it's like, oh, just kidding. Don't obey gimmicks, obey your thirst. And like, isn't that a gimmick?
Any place. Drinking on face. Drinking away.
Soda. Grape soda
Drink
too.
everyone. Sun-kissed orange soda, sun-kissed sparkling lemonade. Drinking the sun.
The way I like
Are
it.
your advertising dollars going up in smoke? Perhaps it's time to switch to InfoVision.
My tax dollars are going up. That was just a newspaper.
InfoVision, Channel 10.
Who loves orange soda?
Kel loves orange soda. I do.
Is that a reference?
Yeah.
The video classified ad channel.
Keenan and Kel. Who loves orange soda?
Yo, man, I'm older than that. Like, that's the thing. Like, there's a razor's edge that you can cut off, like, references with me. And, like, it's one of those ones that, like, I missed, man.
I can't believe I got that.
If you drink RC, you will also be drinking something flat. I don't drink shit flat. Don't lump us together. She likes terrible shit. I like good stuff. And FDO, you just need to, like, fucking work on that.
It's safe, affordable, and most importantly, it works. Right now, private party classified.
I love them both. There's I don't know if it's like obviously it's a smaller company, but Frosty makes a great grape and orange soda. Holy shit.
Are just $13 for 10 days or $18 for 30 days. Business ads are as little as $1.10 a day.
Yeah, and 86
Keep your advertising dollars from going up in smoke. Call InfoVision today
We were
and
watching
advertise tomorrow.
last night. We were watching like old Nickelodeon shows, and all that came on, and like the classroom that I don't remember her name. The large woman is the teacher in.
Beth.
She's like that has to be the same set as Mr. Feeney's classroom from Boy Meets World.
That wasn't.
It was exactly
Right,
the
but
same.
that was the cookie cutter for like the sets for school. Like you had like 12 kids, you set the same desks apart. Like you can look at that and be like, oh, I saw the same classroom and recess. It's the same across the board. It's like how every House or SVU episode is the same. Every classroom, like that same set could have been used on the set of Mr. Show when like when Bob Odenkirk is like, 2 of you will be murdered or whatever.
Toxicology reports determine the exact cause of death.
They're not for nothing, Frosty, FDO. Frosty's root beer is good too. I just recently found some of that and one of their cream sodas.
17-year-old fashion model Chrissy Taylor.
Not a soda person. Like I don't drink a lot of it, but if I find a nice one, I'll get a bottle. Put it on ice, wine and dine myself.
His body was found last Sunday at her parents' Florida home by her model sister, Nikki Taylor. An over-the-counter Primatene Mist asthma inhaler was found near Chrissy's body, although she'd never been medically diagnosed as an asthmatic, which the Primatene label stipulates as a condition for the medicine's use. That's the news for now. Stay tuned for more throughout.
That's the most bizarre drug overdose ever. Anyone ever die from Primatene? Like they didn't go out on the H train. They weren't stung by the brown hornet. They had like that wicked Primatene addict.
Yeah. About the day here on MTV.
Primatene Mist. So my uncle just wither away before my eyes. Was addicted to Primatene and Oxy.
Wouldn't you just love to
Oxy Stridex pads?
Get your hands on one of these? Well, get ready to hit the redial, because MTV's giving you a chance to win guitars from the video Scream, personally signed by the king of pop himself.
Known for playing guitar.
Yeah, that's all he
Sunday,
did.
beginning at 2. Watch MTV for your full daily dose of Michael. It's hours and hours of your favorite Michael moments.
Sounds like a new Soda Mill is coming. Yeah, I mean, we just did a lime one, the Doritos lime. I called it Sublime.
That one, it's pretty good.
It came out pretty good. I've got a pineapple tangerine fruit punch mix going, but you know what I mean.
And look for a special 800 number. It will be your signal to call in and win. It's Michael Jackson Guitar Giveaway Sunday. Your chance to own a piece of history.
We're giving out 400 BC riches to 400 unlucky idiots.
Michael Jordan. To find what you desire requires a great effort.
Michael Jordan stepped on 6 of my chickens.
You look thirsty. Gatorade?
Yeah, of course.
Thanks. How come? I know why you have come. You wish to know the meaning of life. And? Life is a sport. Think it up.
That's what I figured. It's amazing how I just jogged up here. That's what I figured. Anyway, smell you later.
See ya.
Are you really?
I used to think if I lifted weights, I'd look like a man. Most women don't have enough muscle, and because of it, most women have too much fat.
You should be ashamed of yourselves, ladies. You fat asses and shit.
Add some muscle, and you won't get big and bulky. You'll get stronger, more shapely, and you'll burn more fat. And nothing will accomplish this faster or more
What's this
comfortably
guy talking
than
about?
the new
Looking like a
Solaflex
dude?
rocket. So call Solaflex, because women need weightlifting too.
A pocket rocket. The amount of women who I have gone to the gym or tried to help, whatever, they always go I don't want to lose weight here or here. And I go, well, you don't have that choice. I don't want my boobs to shrink. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. You're going to lose weight where you lose weight. You can't be all right, I'll do the exercises that make my ass a little less fat. It doesn't work like that. Ladies of the 90s and now today, the hottest hits.
Thinking about the Vera DeMilo sketch.
Hot Dance Mix. 24 of the best dance tracks ever.
Vera DeMilo sketch.
The only thing that I don't know if this is referring to is The Simpsons, where he eats this gummy off the girl's ass.
Oh, that's not Vera DeMilo. That's Venus DeMilo.
Oh, then that's what I'm thinking of.
Lieutenant Einhorn. Oh yeah, Jim Carrey. Yeah.
Ever recorded on.
Sorry, I always just assume you're talking about The
Free with your
Simpsons.
paid subscription to Entertainment Weekly. Rock the house show.
I got DeMilo right.
I guess you got the DeMilo right. Yes.
The V DeMilo.
Call now and get these 2 incredible CDs or audio cassettes absolutely free when you subscribe to Entertainment Weekly.
Call now and get 35 issues for only 79 cents an issue.
So going back to the Primatine asthma lady. So Christy Taylor, she had a reaction to the Primatine and died from cardiac arrhythmia. So she took
Was that her first time using Primatine? I mean, obviously, it was a joke that nobody would like abuse Primatine mist, but that was weird. So it must have been the first time, or like,
yeah,
because why would that just like flare up?
This is why I don't like taking
That's almost 70% off the cover price.
You don't
can
know.
even use your credit card.
Shake that body.
Shake that body for me.
Everybody.
Like 7 out of 10 music videos in the 90s was like people in a white void, and then sometimes there'd be like the flashing like lights and like shapes of a cityscape behind you. You're still dancing like Paul Abdul and Scat Cat.
Oh yeah.
Call now and jump into the mix. Save almost 70% on Entertainment Weekly and get the 2 CD Hot Dance Mix absolutely free.
When it comes to I miss the weird shit of the 90s. Everything is too sanitized and too safe. I feel like in an effort to like appeal to everybody, it appeals to nobody. And like the weirder, it's like when Scion sort of leaned into this when they were first a company, like with the XB. It's like, yeah, we made a car that's essentially a shoebox. Whether you hate it or you love it, we're going to fucking lean into that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every music video in the 90s is like that. Who put that in there?
Who do you think?
The music of the 90s.
FDR.
Anything goes.
Music today is everywhere. No need to label it. If it's good, we'll play it.
That's why we got Living in...
No need to label it. We're rebellious teens, and if we like it, we'll do it.
Look at my belly button.
The 90s. 2.5 hours of the coolest song.
Yeah.
90s. 2 CDs, over 2 hours of the hottest tracks.
It's on 2 CDs and 2 cassettes.
Check it out.
Good living 90s.
I got this song on my current Amazon Prime track.
If you lived through the 90s, you know and love the Proclaimers.
Yeah. Even Elliot sings it sometimes.
They're like $2 store max headrooms. Uh-oh, R. Kelly peeing on people in the closet, allegedly, or now maybe confirmed.
Pumping Around by Bobby Brown.
You'll be amazed at who you'll find on Living in the 90s.
They're sex symbols.
Oh, remember when Marky Mark did some rapping with the Funky Bunch guys? I know he wants everybody to forget that, but like he was a rapper in the 90s.
What's up, Doc? Can we rock?
Basketball stars.
What's up, Doc? Can we rock?
Remember when Shaq tried to be a rapper and he tried pushing a little Shaq foo? Tried to be Static Shaq on WB? Now he's like working with the General, and I just saw his ass in the fucking Staples selling ink cartridges.
Oh, yeah.
Sensitive rock.
With the yin to Nelson's yang. Classic.
Legendary
Vanilla, bitch.
Living
in the ninja rap. Whole new level of stardom.
Shaq's first 2
The
albums
90s
are
has
honestly
the song.
not that bad.
I don't believe you.
You know the songs you love and the songs you just can't live without.
Yeah, do the Marky Mark workout. Oh, guys, remember this guy, MC Hammer? Not for nothing, but he had a little animated show where his magic shoes led him off on some crazy adventures.
Dang, Ryan.
What?
So going back to the Primatine, her sister almost died in 2001 from a crash, and she had like 56 operations after this car crash where she almost died. That's a lot.
I'm gonna be real with you, Ryan. My bandwidth is so short these days. That's all I'm gonna say.
my shirt so sexy it hurts.
There's only one thing left to say about living in the 90s.
You're unbelievable.
Yeah, has anyone heard of Cars?
Let's talk about Cars.
Not for nothing, but life is a highway, and they drive it all night long in Radiator Springs.
Yeah.
The thing about Radiator Springs, guys, is like the interstate. What was up with that? It totally killed that town.
To order, call the number on your screen or send check or money order. 2 CDs, $26.90.
Oh my God, really quick. So this was one of the most irritating, superficial conversations I've ever had in my life. But I've been a Daft Punk fan since the jump. And when Kanye West did his little mashup, team up, whatever, with Daft Punk for that Stronger song, I was working at Old Navy at the time, and this kid who was probably 10 years younger than me was like, oh man, this shit's great. I was like, you should hear the original, the Daft Punk song that he pulls this from. He's like, no. This is all new. This is a new song from Kanye West. He's like, it's never been released before. I go, no, you fucking idiot. This is a Daft Punk song that 20 years after that came out, he's trying to ride that, their coattails. Because Daft Punk is now, coming back into their, they were set to release the album or whatever. And I go hello, it's been around for a while. And he goes, no, dude, no.
It's brand new.
Fuck you, I said to him. And I slapped him way before slap contests were even a thing.
Ryan said, see if I send you any more last rodent pops.
Living in the 90s is nuts.
I don't know if Wright said Fred is too sexy, but he's cute, though. Built good.
Yeah, he's cute. Built good. Too sexy? I don't know. I think he's just on his way to the beach. Generic white Fred. I know, FDO. That's the thing. People don't understand, sampling or, not for nothing. The first time I became aware of this, if you're my age, was with Vanilla Ice and Ice Ice Baby because Queen got most of that money. But, I remember, the next one where I go, oh, yeah, this is obvious. Trick Daddy's Take It to the House. That was a straight up ripoff of whatever disco song. I can't remember the title, but it's been happening all the time. But I was never stupid enough to listen to any rap song and to go yeah, this is totally fresh, because I just had the life experience that oftentimes they were sampling other people. Oh yeah, MC Hammer and Rick James. Unfucking believable. So that's why I was just again, double blown away by someone who looks like an adult, they were legally of age to vote and buy a gun and drink beer and all that shit. But then they go, yeah, no, dude. This is all new. This is Kanye's song. I don't know who the fuck Daft Punk is, but this is Kanye. Yeezy. Soon he'll have a titanium mouth and be addicted to nitrous oxide. Allegedly.
Tall, dreamy Fred. Hashtag FredGate 2024. Hashtag Won'tGate 2024. The song I sent you today was a sample of the Bo Burnham song Ladio sent me in the Discord.
Brought to you in part by Blythe Plumbing and Heating, featuring A.O. Smith Gas and Electric Energy.
I wasn't in here to listen. I didn't hear it. I wasn't in here.
Ray Parker Jr. Just
Saver water heaters, providing families with more hot water for less. Blythe Plumbing and Heating.
Blythe, Arizona.
It's the summer of stars.
Oh, it's California.
Oh my God, guys! It's the 1994 hit, comic book inspired blockbuster starring Alec Baldwin, The Shadow.
Knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men.
He's a white guy, long before the Iron Fist. He's a white guy who co-ops Tibetan culture and fights an animated dagger. And the great-great-great-great-great-grandson of Genghis Khan, who also knows, psychic stuff.
Ew, I thought it was Dark.
You thought it was Darkman? No way. Darkman did not wear such a large hat.
Alec Baldwin is The Shadow, exclusively on Stars in July.
Here we are.
It's a good movie.
One of the great movies from TCI Choice Theaters.
Gordon, right?
Ramsey?
Yes. Have you ever worked with anything high-tech? No.
Thank you
This is an ITT Tech commercial.
for the resume.
But we're looking for someone with
More education.
some experience.
Why did you even apply?
What you don't know
Why
can
did you
hurt
have
you.
me for an
So let
interview?
ITT Tech help. Call 1-800.
Bill Maher turned his ass down because he didn't have a degree from ITT Tech.
942-0009.
It's so good, FDO. Like, if the...
Is it good as in bad good, or is it actually, like, legitimately good?
I think it's good as in good. Because, like, the 90s was that era where, like, comic books, like, you know, the writing was on the wall. Ninja Turtles had come and gone in 1990, and they go, holy shit. Like, we could really dig up some properties that could do some good. So, you know, but they also were riding the wave of 1989's Batman.
Oh.
But by the time we got to this point, we were having stuff like The Phantom with Billy Zane, or like Dick Tracy. Bingo, Dick Tracy. Like, it was hit or miss. Like, The Shadow is probably one of the last good comic book movies from that sort of era. Personally, because like they got a little, it's like what's happening now with the MCU.
99 for an informative brochure. That's 1-800-942-0099.
Next. MTV. Colors become sounds. Sounds can be touched. Space becomes fluid. Ideas become
Most of our viewers suffer from synesthesia.
physical. And an hour becomes eternity. Different people react in different ways to MTV.
I miss MTV.
The plan. We will take out the Pentagon. The price, $1 billion.
Guys, this is Under Siege 2 Dark Territory.
Yep.
The movie that takes place on a train.
Yep.
Now, a team of terrorists are trapped.
There
we have
he
an
is.
intruder by a cook.
The man
Not
himself.
for nothing. This is one of my favorite Seagal movies. Like, maybe unironically and maybe ironically, but like, it's so good. I think the villain, that curly-haired guy, does a great job. I think all the B-listers they get, like that gray-haired fellow we just saw, like, he's the main enforcer of the picture. I think it's just a fucking great time.
I think yes. He's not so terrible yet that it's like bad funny, like when he's with all the movies where, like, in Latter Day, where he's like super fat and his hair is disgusting.
Under Sieger. Electric Siegeloo.
Like, I could watch this and not like
What's
hate
her
watching
name is
it.
in it? She was in
Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, like, but then she like ruined her own reputation. But like, this was like when, I don't know, I wouldn't say like he was ever A-list, but like this is as high as Steven Seagal got.
This was better than Under Siege 1, the first one.
For you, but like a lot of people still love number 1 because like it's like the Ninja Turtles 1 to Ninja Turtles 2. Like, Under Siege 1 is in the submarine with Tommy Lee Jones, and it's like a real ass movie.
I guess.
Under Siege 2 is like The Secret of the Ooze, where like if you can understand what's going on here, it's enjoyable because it's corny.
Yeah.
Not a bus boy. Now, adventure has a new commander. Steven Seagal. Under Siege 2. Dark Territory. Rated R. Starts Friday, July 14th at a theater near you.
Right, that's not saying, Jameson. Like, for a serious villain, you want Tommy Lee Jones. But if you want to go like, you know, Secret of the Ooze, Ernie Reyes Jr., like, no, I'm not Night Security, and pizza delivery vibes, you can't go better than Dark Territory that doesn't involve giant mutant turtles.
D-Day, 14 days away. Just 14 days to drop 3 sizes. 2 weeks to get this body into that dress. I was gonna make it if it killed me. It didn't, thanks to Cybergenics.
What happened to your hair? Like, she went from like a lobotomy patient to like a fit grandma who goes to like curves on the weekends.
Yeah, that's a strange.
Cybergenics Quick Trim is a balanced program of diet and exercise designed to produce dramatic results in just 2 weeks when used properly.
Oh, by the way, D-Day is
yourself.
just delightful.
The Cybergenics Quick Trim Countdown. Start it now.
A flower is perfect in every way. You, however, could use some work.
You're fucked. Get a solo
Solo flex, you fat fuck.
The Soloplex Muscle Machine.
In hell.
32 real weightlifting exercises with none of the hassles of free weights.
Such hassle. Every time I went to the gym back in the day, I was like, free weights, hassle.
Call now for a free brochure and video.
Illustrations, airbrushing, logos, letterhead, posters, storyboards, from creative concept
When I get into the competitive field of letterheading.
to final design, your personal portfolio is your calling card.
Yeah, I mean, they still don't today, Jameson. I mean, you can find, everybody did it. Chuck Norris had his thing with Christy Brinkley selling shit. And, God knows how many pieces of clothes are hanging on thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars of exercise equipment in every town.
Card to a career in commercial art. A career that combines talent, imagination, and preparation. Preparation that begins with study at the Art Institutes International. Explore your creative spirit. Call 1-800-342-3000 today.
There's no better way to enjoy classic TV than with Nick at Night's Block Party Summer.
It's more than perfect. It is inspired.
Let Nick at Night fill your plate with hearty 6-episode blocks of your favorite shows every weeknight all summer long.
No, goody.
There was always something confusing yet comforting of Nick at Night to me. Because, like, when I was watching Nickelodeon, when I had that chance, I was like, oh, thank God, Nickelodeon. And then, like, whatever it was, 9, 10 o'clock would roll around. And they go, hey, it's time for I Love Lucy. It's time for I Dream of Jeannie. It's time for the Dick Van Dyke Show. And I go like, oh, my God, that sucks. Like,
I'm going to go to bed.
Nickelodeon, all of the times of the day, it was just like Kids, Guts, Ren and Stimpy, Rugrats, all that shit. But then it gets like, and it happened on the weekend, too. Like, the time when kids were allowed to stay up late. And they go, all right, well, thanks for watching the last Ren and Stimpy. It's now 8:30, and get ready for Dick Van Dyke. We're just going like, I hope Cartoon Network is not playing old Bugs Bunny shorts that I've seen a zillion times, I would say to myself.
That was just their way of getting the parents' excuse for the kids to go to bed. Because
But like it was the fucking weekend, bitch. That's when we were supposed to party.
Monster Mondays, Lucy Tuesdays, Bewitched Be Wednesdays, Genie Thursdays, and Cotter Fridays.
And now Pluto TV exists, and you can watch all of those all the fucking time.
That's a great idea. I Love Lucy wasn't bad.
That's the thing. I wasn't necessarily against it on like principle. I liked I Love Lucy. I liked some of the shows that Nick at Night had to offer, but Nickelodeon was a fucking like. How do you go from being like throwing 14,000 gallons of slime on someone to like, good night, everybody, and there's Dick Van Dyke either jumping to the side of or falling over the ottoman.
Yeah.
Back for seconds, thirds, fourths, fifths, even sixths. Join Nick at Night's Block Party Summer.
Everybody Loves Raymond and George Lopez show. My parents watched that too.
Because you're just a young kid. You're a little baby. You watch it like, holy fuck. Like, because now, Everybody Loves Raymond is the kind of like the Harold and Maude of my generation.
Yeah.
For all summer long.
Goddamn kids and your ability to get on my lawn when I'm not looking. This is the worst fucking commercial ever. They don't even have like a fake John Walsh.
No.
Oh, it's Rodney Alcala.
Captured.
They got him. He is in jail.
Having fun when you're behind the wheel, then you're not driving a new Mitsubishi. Test drive one of these exciting cars today at Jerry Chambers Mitsubishi on
He desperately needs direction. Doesn't know what to do with
in
his
Bellingham.
hands.
Okay.
Please don't go.
I don't know. J.G. Wentworth at least has like a gimmick, right?
The heart of the wilderness, to the ends of the earth. He fought the battles that made him a hero, and the madness
Is it about getting your kid stolen?
that made him a legend.
OAP forever.
Brad Pitt, Anthony Hopkins, Legends of the Fall, rated R.
Oh yeah, Code Adam, because that's what it was based off of.
The Max will be back if I let him.
Whoa, the Max fucked me up mentally. I bought that album. Jagged
Where do
Little
you
Pill.
go for help when it seems
Highly recommend if you're into 90s anything.
Yeah.
there's no way out?
Life is not fair, but that doesn't mean it can break you.
MTV News takes a hard look at sexual abuse. The problems, the solutions, the survivors.
Hey, good news. It's 2024 and none of that's been solved.
Correct.
Cool, guys.
Answers. Fight Back. An MTV News special report premieres Tuesday at 5 and 10. Take control. Fight Back.
Bye, Jagged Little Pill.
The following demonstration has been made suitable for television. First,
I'm sad to hear that. Well, maybe all those people are old enough to start dying, so maybe I kind of get it.
spray designer Imposter Fragrance Body Spray
Hey, it's the chick who put whipped cream on her tits in Varsity Blue.
on your arms. And
So it started here.
then try some on your...
Ooh.
Then spray some on your stomach,
Ah.
and your legs, and your... In fact, designer Imposter Body Spray smells so wonderful and make you feel so refreshed, you can just spray them everywhere. Designer Imposter Body Sprays.
Like, goddamn, man. Like, I remember seeing this commercial in situ back in the 90s and getting
sure you
super
did.
horned up, like half a chub. I saw, obviously, a lot of commercial, and I didn't have a lot of blood flow because I was just a small child. But, like, I would go, like, yeah, more of that, please.
Only from Parfums de Corps.
It does look like a Got Milk commercial, but I got bone.
The problems, the solutions, the survivors, the answers. Fight Back. An MTV News special report premieres Tuesday at 5 and 10. Take control. Fight Back.
The following demonstration has been made suitable for television. First, spray designer
Did you
Imposter
just
Fragrance
rewind
Body
it
Spray on your
again?
arms, and then try
It does it sometimes. I don't know
Some on
why
your-
it does it.
Liar.
Then spray some on your stomach,
Let's just sit back
your
and watch
legs,
this commercial.
and
again.
your... In fact, designer Imposter Body Spray smells so wonderful and make you feel so refreshed, you can just spray them everywhere. Designer Imposter Body Spray.
But yeah, that fucking like elephant skin backdrop, like that was in every milk commercial. It was the same commercial where like the kid goes, milk, it does the body good, when his head turns into a balloon and he floats off stage.
Only from Parfums
That's
de Corps.
exactly how women put
Available for men too.
deodorant on, Ryan. Yes.
Hi, who's this?
Mel.
What are you thinking about now?
Eating this
Something
candy
sweet.
bar.
Like what?
Caramel.
Caramel's so different.
Yeah. Again, in situ, when I'm watching this commercial at the age I was watching this commercial, I go, what the fuck is going on here? Like, because like when he first made up the fake name, right? Where he's like, oh, Mel, and like this whole thing is revolving around. Like, when have you ever gotten a boner that impelled you to do something like, whatever? God knows what the analog would be today. But back in the 90s, like you would have enough of, like the drive and boner to like pick up the phone and be like, yeah, sex hotline, 1-900-WET-BUTTS. And like as soon as they pick up the phone, you go, yeah, my name's Mel and I'm looking about peanuts. And like, how short is your attention span, my dear? You went from like looking to burn something down to like, yeah, I like salty peanuts and creamy caramel. What are you?
What would you like to do with it?
I'd cover it with roasted peanuts.
Like that.
Roasted peanuts and creamy caramel? Wow. You're making me so hungry.
What you want is a...
But you wanted like, sex talk, right? Like, what are we doing here, Mel?
Payday.
Like, imagine if that was a Baby Ruth commercial. You can call me Ruth. I'm thinking about unpleasant, chalky aftertastes and getting an erection.
More talking out loud with the Max after this.
Dude, that shit was crazy.
Never saw it.
The 90s was such a weird time because, like, on top of everything else that was happening, like, sketch comedy was, like, a controversial thing. Like, I remember The State, or, like, to a lesser extent, because it was on cable, behind a paywall, even beyond cable, like Mr. Show. But, like, or like Kids in the Hall, like there were a lot of like sketch comedy things that were like, oh yeah, we're breaking all the rules. It felt so weird.
Is that why they was always on so late?
Yeah, probably. 'Cause it was like men dressing up as women, and the youth couldn't handle that.
What's it like to experience Skittles, the combinations? Combinations of fruit flavor.
In every bag of Skittles bite-sized candy.
No, the wine didn't come out good, so.
Oh, wallow. Lemon, lime, and grape. So this would be a fruity bop shebang. Now add an orange.
And it's a ting tang.
Bop shebang. Every Skittles combination
is a new experience.
I never understood it, but like,
what?
That was another thing that happened a lot back in the old days. It's like they would like corporations saw that kids were using like slang. And what killed it was like corporations picked it up. Anything a corporation picks up and tries to sell to you via any sort of commercial, here we are with Skittles, where it's like, yeah, we like to make up words. Like as soon as, the Mars Corporation is like, what up, kids? Like it's jerkin. Like, I don't know if you can, the perfect example of this is like the Josie and the Pussycats movie, where it's like jerkin's the new cool. And it was like taken to such a degree where it's like, oh yeah, maybe we should stop being in the early 2000s. Just stop.
Just stop.
A cattywampus.
A double dodecathon.
The Kids in the Hall movie had a troubled past and a troubled production, and it needs to be forgiven for its sins.
How do you describe a Skittles
I
experience?
don't mix my Skittles.
Taste the rainbow of fruit flavors. It's a fruit kerfluffle. Every time.
No. Just scream
Local business people are talking about their new music service called DMX from TCI Cablevision.
It's totally hands-free. Once you turn it on, you don't have to mess with it again.
It's nice not to have static DJs or commercials.
We'd like to use the DMX
Hey, we like DJs.
system to create the ambience in our gym for people to have a good workout.
You don't have the news coming on every...
Oh my God, look at that fucking terrible mullet. Like, it feels like it's... I don't know, man. Like it's sliding forward. Like it's just a bad coonskin cap that he's wearing that's sliding. Like there's a big wind behind him, and like he didn't have time to adjust it before the camera started rolling.
On every half hour to tell you about the world's problems.
I love my DMX.
It just creates a great ambience.
We like salsa at lunchtime.
It's great stress relief.
Sound good?
I like pickles at dinner.
Call TCI for a free
Where does his
demonstration.
chin stop and his neck begin?
Right? It's a mystery.
In the Army National Guard, you'll be challenged like never before. Trained to serve your community and protect your country. You'll be
it's like, was it 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year?
one of the best, able to overcome any obstacle. Being one of America's citizen soldiers is not for everyone. It takes determination, pride, and strength. Accept the challenge and become the best. The Army National Guard.
I mean, not for nothing, but like the best would not necessarily be the Army National Guard. Like it doesn't matter. Like maybe you submit your own list, but like the Navy SEALs and the Marines would probably be a little higher than like the Army, the Navy, the Air Force would all slide in there somewhere. And then somewhere toward the bottom, like by the Coast Guard, would be the National Guard, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're only doing like 1 weekend a
SEALs.
month and 2 weeks a year, and there are dudes like, fucking living in swamps for 14 days and eating frogs so they can complete their mission. You're like, whatever, cleaning up a roadside. I wouldn't say that's the elite.
Americans at their best.
I should get up and conquer the world. Carpe diem. Seize the day.
What are you doing?
His nose is like a wiener.
People pass.
What?
Stewart! Here he is in all his blonde glory with Leave Virginia Alone. Get over in the right lane. Not so close! Not
Oops, my bad.
Police frown on that, you know?
Survey said I thought it reeked.
Guys, survey says, is that a good reference to this day?
I believe that was your designer imposter.
This is dangerously close to Dakuku.
I had 2
Dakuku.
mochachinos. I feel like Ralph.
Don't worry, we've got a whole Dakuku concert coming up right after this.
Thank you for that perspective, Cher.
Inconceivable!
What's his name?
Iocane powder? I don't know.
And doesn't want balls fly at my nose.
There goes your social life.
Rated PG-13 starts Wednesday, July 19th.
Wallace Shawn?
Sean Wallace or Wallace Shawn? Which is it, people?
We have some of the hottest coaches in the game.
I think
to switch
I'm gonna go with
antiperspirant to try new advanced formula Degree.
Body heat activated. Let's try it and see.
As your body heat rises, Degree now releases even more protection when you need it most.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to switch.
Just keeps you dry.
Certainly worked for me.
Switch to the antiperspirant
Sweater vest is bone dry.
that's body heat activated.
In the heat of the moment. That self-confidence has got to be there.
New advanced formula Degree, now with an even higher degree of protection.
No cinnamon gum, large or small, freshens breath longer than Big Red.
Look at these broke dick motherfuckers. Can't even put the name of their gum on their packaging.
This couple is experiencing Big Red for the first time. Wonder if they'll notice how Big Red's long-lasting fresh breath lets them kiss a little longer. Wonder if they'll notice how it lets
Yeah, I'm sure as he's focusing on like his rapidly engorging member and like how he's gonna like shift that from a 6 o'clock to a 12 o'clock as to not like rip through his pants. I'm sure he's thinking about like the flavor of the gum and like how that's going, and not like the substance is now possibly leaking from his body. He's definitely not thinking about that. No.
lets them stay close a
He's like,
little longer.
cinnamon.
Wonder if they'd notice if a spaceship landed and giant burritos got out.
Say what?
Give your
What the fuck is Wallace Shawn?
Fun fact, I know someone who saw him at a con recently, and they were warned that they aren't allowed to say the word inconceivable around him or ask him to say it because he's sick of it.
Right, but like lean into that shit. Like, come on.
long-lasting freshness.
What can you say? Iocane powder?
I was saying fuck him, FDO.
Salon Selectives has
Okay.
captured the power of botanicals in new botanical blends. Shampoos and conditioners that give your hair precisely what
Plants
it
and
needs.
fruits and vegetables in it.
Aloe combines with mango to restore moisture. Citrus blends with peach to
Bango.
boost the body.
I'm out.
Melon
Inconceivable.
with rose to protect. Botanical blends from Salon Selectives. The newest
It
way
won't give you an orgasm like herbal essence, but you can try it.
to get hair with style.
Durango mango.
Bored, adrift, Mary Libby feels rejected and abandoned.
Mangoes
She
and I
longs
do
for the
not
stability and significance
get
she
along.
had as a child in a small rural town. Perhaps she will find it in MTV. The trouble medical men point out is that it draws within its grasp the unsuspecting, the naive, the unbalanced. Even MTV's most ardent champions have cautioned against promiscuous use.
It's so crazy to me. Like all of the things that like the pearl clutchers of the 60s through the 80s thought that like the kids were up to, like was nowhere near as depraved and disgusting as they actually would turn out to be. Like, I don't know why, like, the old people thought that, like, everybody was, like, smoking marijuana cigarettes and, like, playing the piano really fast. When in reality, like, everybody was, like, buying a $12,000 fur costume and fucking until they stink like rotten corpses.
FGO says, I never had a cat until recently. I also recently found out I don't like cats.
I've always known I don't like cats. I've never, like, bothered to, run that experiment.
We had, so a long time ago, 2 houses ago, we had a friend stay at our house on his way moving to Texas, and he brought his 2 cats. And we had to lock our dogs into a room overnight because the cats were out. And like we opened our bedroom door and saw a cat standing on the counter, and Suds left, and David goes, "We need to bleach this entire house right now."
Like, oh my God, guys. Like, cats are something disgusting because they will shit in a box and, like, paw at it and cover it with stuff and have shit particles all over their feet. And, like, most dogs don't have the nimble body or the dexterity or the, God forbid, the, like, acceptance of their human owners to jump up where you prepare food. But people let cats, like, paw at their mouths and tongues. Like, they'll willingly, like, entertain the idea of toxoplasmosis because their cute little fucking furball wants to stick a paw in their tongue. Fucking... Ugh.
Different people react in different ways to MTV.
Cats are
Today's
terrible.
MTV Omnifashion collection
I
is
like
summed
Tony's
up in
cat,
one
though.
word: variety and quality. Check out the Madonna.
Yeah.
You can still check out Madonna. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can.
Careful, don't get cat scratch fever. After you.
It's the Seal. Say hello to the Soul Asylum.
See, every time you see Seal at a convention, you can't mention Kisses or Roses.
Unbelievable. It's the TLC.
Yeah, this is a compilation I would
MTV Omnifashions. We have
R.I.P.
something
Left
for
Eye
every
Lopez.
head.
As I said, who here is a Ted Nugent fan?
Remy likes me too. Thanks, Tony.
How does he do it?
Maybe it was a baby Ruth, the Karen.
Oh, what's your name? Ruth, and I'm horny on the baseball field.
The new
Type of woman.
What a
The TLC.
Baby Ruth from Nestle. This baby gets you going.
What is power? Power is originality. Power is individuality. Power is
Power
the
is a
ability to
Macintosh
mold. Power
computer.
is the ability to communicate. Power is a
Funky.
spaceship. Power is when all those people sample your sound. Power
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. See, he said that way before Rick James.
is inspiration. Power is the ability to reinvent yourself. Power comes in all kinds of colors. Power is having access to the universe.
That's a little late. Hell yeah. Barks doesn't have bite.
A&W root beer. When you want one, you want one.
Digital satellites,
Yeah.
laser discs, home theater. This is where the future is.
You guys check out the future of Laserdisc recently? How's that going? Good?
And it wasn't that long ago, before I graduated from ITT,
Oh my god, I can't believe it's still
I
out
could
there.
only get the jobs you'd get just to get by. Sometimes
work
it's hard
around
to
like
explain the
robots.
technical side of what I do. So I just tell people I work for the top dogs.
Classic Laserdisc industry, thanks to ITT Technical Institute. Oh hell yeah! Nothing said like not a pain in the ass and like having to flop something over halfway through the movie.
We have some Steven Seagal laser discs.
Right, and that's the thing. Like there were some versions of physical media that I just took a very hard pass on, like the Laserdisc, because like how fucking annoying. Like anytime you had to flip something over or do whatever, like halfway through, it's just like, oh my god. And like the fact that Laserdiscs were so big and you still had to flip them felt so crazy to me. You guys gonna join the army? It's pretty fun. Hopefully
at
nothing
it.
crazy happens and you guys get deployed. Otherwise, you just get to fuck around on bridges, run around on the beach, and play in tanks.
Join the army. You can finally get to the beach.
You can earn money and valuable skills. Paint your face and fire a tank.
It's your sister's recital.
It flips the disc for you? How big is it? Like a fucking 4x4 cube? Like, holy shit.
Takes up a whole room.
And like, why wouldn't you just put like a laser reader on either side? Like a double-sided disc reader for a computer. Like a 3 1/4 floppy. They had them, they just put the laser on both sides. Huh? Huh?
Mission
Ryan?
would be music to your ears.
I'll be back.
With Twix, you get chewy caramel, milk chocolate, and that great cookie crunch. Twice. So take a time out for Twix.
Man, when we ate like,
Digital
Twix,
Music Express,
wheat
the
or
ultimate
whatever, I loved Twix.
music service for your
Reese's
business.
is the way
Pure
to go.
digital music delivered 24 hours a day. No commercial interruptions. No DJ chatter.
Well, then who's this guy? This fucking not Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise, like plump lookalike?
Just one great song after another with 30 formats to choose from. Use DMX's
Christian
superior quality
inspirational
music
bands.
served fresh every day in your restaurant. Think of DMX as 30 ways.
It's a fucking like Muzak program that is getting like a commercial on just like regular consumer airtime. Like, how many people do you think own restaurants or whatever and need to like handle commercially licensed music in a commercial setting? Hardly anybody, but where else are you going to advertise?
Right.
It's insane.
Ways to make your office more productive or make a more relaxed environment for your patients. Digital Music Express, the ultimate music service, pure and simple.
Digital music whenever you want it. All right, well, I guess that was the whole hour of the video, and now we're going to roll into another one. I feel like we've been going for long enough, and we've all got our money's worth here. I think, maybe you'll agree with me. But that was a whole hour of the 90s stretched out into 2 hours of the 2020s. I hope you enjoyed that. Didn't have a lot of repeats, which I always appreciate.
Except for that crime one.
There's always going to be one or two that sneak through because that's just the way it is. But I mean, like, we didn't see a lot of the same, like, Toyota Tercel commercials.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
One or two I'll take, whatever. Because it's just the nature of the beast. You're going to have to see the local ones a lot more than you see, like, the national ones. Although sometimes it's different. Anyway, that's all I got for you. No, I'm not going to scrub through and see the deodorant. You can find that in your own time, Brian. I don't want to, like, feed into anybody's Rule 34 type bullshit on this show for science. Yeah. Weird science. You and that Kelly LeBrock need to get a room. That being said, thank you guys for showing up. If you did, if you didn't, you're not hearing this, and so I'm not thanking you. But thank you for showing up, everybody, from Tony to Captain Pie, FDO, and Ryan Maxwell and beyond. Even if you're here, you don't want to say anything.
Desert Tracks, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. We will see you on the next episode, when it'll be whenever. And
I made some spaghetti, but I dropped some sauce on the floor.
God. There we go. There's your spaghetti. We will see you on the next episode of FFOP Radio. Adios, people.
Bye.
Don't listen.
For this, try to.
Fistful of Podcasts Radio.